This is the Hallmarkies podcast, and we are so excited today. We are getting to talk to one of the stars of the Garage Sale Mysteries. We're talking to actress Sarah Strange today. I'm Rachel, and I'm so excited to have the chance to talk to Sarah. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with us.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. It's an honor. It's an honor to speak to you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Yeah.
I get to talk to all these amazing people. It's really fun.
Well, me too.
Well,
right?
So we'd like to ask our guests to just introduce yourself and tell our listeners what inspired you to become an actress.
Okay. Well, my name is Sarah Strange, and I've been an actor for 800 years approximately. I don't actually remember ever deciding. I kind of just always was. I was that little kid in the Christmas pageant that wouldn't get off the stage until the teacher came and had to hustle me off because I just kept taking bows and curtain calls. So I think it was a natural thing. I never remember not wanting to. There was a brief period when I thought I'd be a doctor, but then it was like math and blood, and no, I can't.
Yeah. That's the same. I could never be a doctor. I get woozy in medical environments.
It's a calling to people who are gifted at it. Man, bless them.
Yeah.
Some people who do really important work in this world.
Have you ever ended
up?
Not
that acting isn't important, but
hey, but have you ever had to play a doctor?
Yes, I did. I got to play a virologist, which is the doctor of viruses and blood and that sort of thing. Absolutely fascinating. It was a wonderful series, and we had pages and pages of medical jargon to learn, and sometimes on the same day as we were to shoot it. And it worked so hard to commit it to memory. And you think, boy, at the end of this, I could actually perform this operation. It's all gone out of my head now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust me with any of your virology needs.
Yeah. That's funny. What show was that?
But it was fun. It was called Regenesis.
Okay.
And I did the first 2 seasons. It was a Canadian series based on a real guy. I think you can find it out there somewhere.
Cool. So did you go to school, or did you just kind of dive in when you were young, or?
My parents created a series. My mom came up with the series when she was in her 20s, and she and my dad were in sort of budding show business in BC in Canada, which has enjoyed and continues to enjoy a boom. But they were just sort of at the beginning of it with a series called Beachcombers, which is iconic Canadian show, ran for 20 years. And so I was around show business a lot. I kind of grew up on sets. So I can't remember the question. Why did I tell you that?
No, you were just saying, I was just asking how you got started, whether you went to school or, you were a child actor. Or what
no, I was kind of always around it. And then in high school, I think grade 11, young talent agent came and was taking in all of the drama classes in the high schools in the neighborhood. He was building his roster, and I did a monologue for him, and he gave me his card. And then they cast a series sort of the same way. Now, it was intended to be a little anthology series that would play in high schools and such, teaching kids about the dangers of drinking and driving and gossip and these kind of life lesson-y things. And it won a bunch of awards. And so then it became a television series. Anyway, they came to high schools and they cast me. It was my first job, ran for 6 years.
Wow.
So I really, when we got the news that we'd been picked up and we were going to be a proper television show now, I had just started college. And I went, okay, well, I can't do both things,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'll be an actor.
Nice.
That's what I was going to college for anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well just, jump in. So
That's
I
really
kind of,
cool.
it's never not been part of my thing. It's just who I am.
That's neat. I noticed that particularly at the beginning of your career, you did some voice acting.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Do you still do voice acting, or is that something you moved away from?
I would, it kind of dried up, to be honest. I've always been based in Vancouver, and I tried LA a little bit, but I don't drive. So it's the worst place in the world for me. And I know where all my stuff is. This is my hometown. So when the voice work in Vancouver moved to Toronto.
Oh, interesting.
So I would love to do more. It was so much fun. It was and it's great to be able to go to work in your jammies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what you look like. It's great. I really liked it.
Because my first love is animation. I love anything animation, anime, Disney, television, any of it. I love animation.
Isn't that cool?
That's so neat.
Now, do you like the old stuff? Just all of it.
All of it.
Digital versus hand-drawn cells, doesn't matter.
I mean,
there's beauty and poetry in all of it.
There's certainly terrible hand-drawn animation, and there's certainly, great. I mean, if I had to pick, I would prefer hand-drawn 2D animation over the digital, but there's certainly, like WALL-E. I mean, you can't get much more beautiful than WALL-E.
Come on, that's in my top 10, and I think everybody needs to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, especially right now, it's really hot. Is it really hot where you are? It's really hot.
Oh, so hot. Yeah, brutal.
Yeah. So everybody needs to really go and really watch their WALL-E. And
I mean, and it's so beautiful, and Ratatouille is so gorgeous. So you certainly can make just beautiful, stunning films in CG. So it just depends. I loved Coco. That was beautiful. So I do wish that Disney just would have what my fantasy would be is if there could be a smaller independent division of Disney that would produce films for like $10 million, just like real cheap. But like that would be amazing. And I think it would be, I think they could make enough money off of them because you wouldn't have to make much. It could be like the Blumhouse.
Or like the little short films
that
they do. That are kind of experimental, or they're kind of filler things, and just to expand them a bit. Well, like Disney kind of owns the world a little bit, so probably they'll make everything. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this purchase of Fox, because it'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah, but it's an amazingly interesting time.
Yeah. But so you did a bunch of shows over the years. And the one that stuck out to me the most that I've seen is Men in Trees, which was such a fun show.
Yeah.
At least was it fun to make?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was very glamorous, and sort of an instant family.
Yeah.
The cast got along beautifully immediately, and we had a lot of fun. And it was one of the many shows that didn't return after the big writers' strike. I don't know if you remember that, but that was sort of a big blow to the industry, and we just didn't come back after that. So
it's such a bummer.
It was a shame. We all miss it.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was funny, and it was romantic, and I mean, Anne Heche is so great. Yeah. And so did that film in Vancouver then, or did you have to go?
Yeah, we did. We filmed up up the mountain halfway on the way to Whistler. I don't know if you know about all of the skiing things that happen here, but there's a little town called Squamish that looks almost identical to pictures of Alaska, and so we shot it in Squamish. We had planned to have a trip to Alaska. Oh, rats. We didn't quite make it. We were going to go.
That's a shame. I also saw in your IMDb that you were in a small role in the 1994 Little Women.
Yeah, it was one of my very, very first jobs. I was a teenager, and I had I think one line, and it was so awkward. And we got real Victorian corsets, and they were just so beautiful and incredibly delicate.
Yeah.
And I'm slightly bigger than the corset, I guess. Anyway, I fainted. I fell over an ottoman.
Oh no!
It was really embarrassing. Yeah. Welcome to show business, kids.
Funny.
Wow. Thank you. My first day.
That's really funny. I was wondering what that was like to get all ornamented up and everything like that, and those kind of period clothes. And I love that movie.
Oh, it's magic. It's the the illusion of it, actually, when you get to dive into it, and certainly the sets were just amazing.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat, actually. It's really cool.
That's really, really cool. Well, so you were in you've done one other thing for Hallmark besides the Garage Sale Mysteries, correct? You've done the Christmas Detour?
That's right. Yes, I did. Christmas Detour.
Now, were you one of the other displaced people in it?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's been a bit since I've seen it.
Yes.
But I love Christmas Detour. It's actually one of my favorites. Christmas movies. I think it's so fun. It's so classic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yes, exactly. It was funny. It was a funny and a funny cast, and fun to do. Kind of just a four-hander. You know what I mean? There were definitely, of course, other characters and characters that were not in the same town that we spoke to and stuff. But there was just the four of us kind of trying to make our way. And it was, it was a good time. I really enjoyed that one.
And your character was like having marital problems, but then they kind of got, right?
Well,
but then they kind of got resolved.
I think it's kind of like Glennon Doyle talks about, first the pain and the rising. You know what I mean? We were going through a hard time, but had lost our way, lost touch with each other, didn't know how to get it back. And so then when you're faced with kind of a crisis, I mean, it wasn't a huge crisis, but we certainly couldn't get anywhere fast, and the weather was against us, and we're stuck with these strangers and all of that. You're kind of, I don't know, you're forced to face yourself a little bit. And we were lucky enough to go, there's still something there. And if we stop pretending that everything's fine when it's not, maybe we can find our way back to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At Christmas time.
Yeah. Yeah, which was
sweet,
really
right?
sweet. Yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a fun movie. It's just classic Hallmark. You know, you never want to get on a plane. I just figure if you sit next to a very handsome person on a plane during the holidays, then you better be ready because it's going to be rocky.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what we learned from Hallmark.
You have been warned. Oh.
Yeah. So, and they were trying to make Vancouver into Buffalo, I think, right? In that movie?
Well, we were, I think and the surrounding area. There's Vancouver, and then there's sort of the other cities around it, and different, like very different climates if you go up or if you go over and stuff. So you can double a lot of different things in a fairly small area.
Yeah.
The hardest thing was trying to make it look like it was snowing in
Right.
July
Right.
because we shot it in the middle of summer. It was quite warm. We were sweating buckets and pretending to shiver
Yeah.
with snow machines. Very funny. I mean, that's probably why it was fun, because we were all kind of bonding over the silliness of it.
Yeah. Got to stay like super hydrated because you're so hot here.
You got so many layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I think they probably have more festive Christmases, more festive summers in Vancouver for Christmas than Christmas in July is a bigger event than real Christmas.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So Grass Hill Mysteries, your character Dani, she's so fun. Really enjoy her. Yeah,
Yay.
So they made 14 of these. Is that right? Did I count right?
We've made 15.
15.
We've made 15 in total. Yep.
That's impressive.
I know. The gift that keeps on giving, pal.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long were you shooting this latest month of Garage Sale Mysteries? How long were you shooting for all of them?
So we have now kind of the last couple of years and moving forward into next year, we've been doing 4 episode blocks for the August event, and we shoot them from late July until kind of the beginning of June.
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty tight schedule. It depends, of course, on when calls the heart, because our star is required elsewhere often.
Right. Yeah.
So it depends on Laurie's schedule, but we usually do it the first 6 months of the year. We shoot 4 back to back. Yeah.
Now you've had Peter DeLuise direct a lot of them, at least.
Yes, he sure did.
And he set
the tone. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like Hallmark royalty. I mean, he's amazing.
He is. He's a delight, Peter. He really is. He's such a great person. He's so much fun. And great energy.
That's really cool. So how do you think that Dani as a character has grown over all of these movies?
Well, I think, as we settle more into the town, everybody kind of settles more into their character. I think initially she was kind of maybe a bit flirty, flaky, and but in subsequent installments, it's revealed that she speaks French. She has an art degree. Like, her life started to be more about her and her interests and her mind and her pursuit than about her dating life. Mm-hmm. And that was a hugely refreshing for me, like really more interesting to play to a certain degree, but also as a representative of a career woman who is unapologetically like delighted with her life and single and, mature. I think it's great. Yeah. I love Dani. I really do. Too. She's one of my favorite people I've ever played. She's daffy, but she's not a dummy.
Right.
And I think that, I think that's where we've come.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's something you don't always see in Hallmark, even on the mystery shows. It's nice to have a strong single woman that's got a little spunk, got a little thing. It's really, really nice to see. And and I love Dani's fashion. So great.
Yes.
I love it. Is that like
it really defines her character, because so much is said with the wardrobe so that it isn't necessary. You know so much about her just by looking at her.
Yeah.
Just how put together. It takes work to look like that.
Yeah.
This is somebody who gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning to put this together on a Wednesday. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy pants to me. But it really, it tells you who she is and how she sees herself. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And our design team, they're just brilliant. Emily, Geraldine, if you're listening, I love you. You know I do.
Now, is that something you can relate to, or are you into fashion or that kind of thing, or are you pretty?
You know, I probably was at one time, but then I became a mom,
right?
And then now I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Honestly, the Hallmark people invited me to their very fancy party, and I needed a dress because it's a gala, and you got to go like looking like something. And I was stumped. I used to be good at this. I have no idea. I guess the tomato soup colored sweatpants aren't going to cut it. So
you're like,
but
help!
I was never dresses.
Yeah,
I was never dresses. I've always sort of more trousers.
Yeah,
I've never been fancy that way. A frock. That's not really my bag.
Yeah. The only dresses that I wear are maxi dresses because I think they're basically nightgowns with style. Like they're so comfortable. It's out of control.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's perfect. And I think I was actually talking to a friend that as we move towards our future together and our inevitable oneness, we should really start with the Star Trek like jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Like, where is that uniform? We're all just like super comfy in our baggies.
Yeah.
And not trying too hard.
Yeah. There's a funny Seinfeld bit where he talks about that. He's like, anytime you see a show in the future, they're all wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
He's like, when do you get the point where it's like individuality is done? We need to look like a team.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think it would take a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah.
It really would. We're at a gala, but we all look exactly the same.
Yeah, it's like uniforms in schools is brilliant. Saves so much drama. So much drama.
What am I going to wear today? Yeah. Oh, wait, I know.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny. But yeah, no, I will refuse to wear anything that I have to wear nylons. Forget it. That's not happening.
Okay.
That's my one rule. But if I can get away without wearing nylons, then I'll consider it. And I will not wear heels. That's the other rule.
Heels are a problem.
Yeah.
Heels are a problem.
So you have, I think, really good chemistry with Lori Laughlin. What's that like working with her?
Yeah. Oh, she's an angel. She just is. She's just like, when you look at her and you feel good, it's because she's an angel in a human suit. It's just the way that she's made. I don't know what it is. You've heard the megawatt smile. She just walks in a room and it's better. And she's really, really funny. Mm-hmm. And so we laugh a lot. And I think, but right away, but certainly 2 or 3 movies in, when we were both kind of loosened up a little bit and knew each other a bit better. Mm-hmm. It's fabulous. It really is. The Garage Sale Mysteries franchise is kind of the reward for going through a lot of garbage right?
Yeah.
It just in life, I guess, or just in a career. There's a lot of yuck and unhealthy egos and rejection in show business. And then you land a thing like this. Okay, now it's all worth it now.
We have talked
a delight.
We have talked to so many of the Hallmark actresses and actors who have said similar things that working on so-and-so project was great, but Hallmark is great, which is so
it's
wonderful
true.
To hear. Yeah. And
part of it, I think, is that, there's definitely a family feeling. And what you were making, what we are all collaborating to create is something lovely.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's the goal of a Hallmark movie, is that it's something lovely.
Yeah.
And the world and the scary, you can kind of slip out of that for a minute and fall into this.
Yeah.
And it's actually really nice to work on something like that.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff that actors are called to do, is dark.
Sure.
The real really life stuff that people want to make, the real drama, oof. And it's hard not to take it home. This is, you don't take this home.
Right.
Nice. Yeah. It's a wonderful group.
That's
with
great.
a really nice intention.
Yeah.
Good. It's not mean-spirited in any way.
That's really good. Really good. So do you think that Dani approves of all of these mysteries and like Jen getting involved in all of the shenanigans?
Well, okay. So where we have to go with this 15 murders in, because when we're making our movies, we talk about our very murdery little town. It's kind of the suspension of disbelief that you need to enjoy 20 seasons of Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there are the people who go, okay, well, obviously that very nice lady who looks like she just baked muffins is clearly dangerous, and we shouldn't have her in our town.
Yeah, right. Just bringing bad vibes.
I don't know if she's the killer, but it's not looking great.
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh, she's always right there. Oh, Jessica, fancy meeting you here. But I think for Dani, there's a necessary kind of guilelessness. It's always a surprise.
Yeah.
That there's been a murder. Like that's amazing. It seems to happen with monotonous regularity. I think she is, I don't know if you ever watched the Sherlock series, the recent one with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin. And so when Sherlock is first going through his routine and figuring it out, and Watson is watching him and he's going, "You're amazing," and that's how Dani is. Yeah. She thinks that Jen is amazing. She can't believe it.
Yeah.
And so there's pride about, her shiny bestie who's super good at something.
Yeah.
And then there's understandable fear.
Yeah.
Because, there's all kinds of murders.
Yeah, I think I would be kind of like, can we set this one out?
Yeah. I don't know. You want to go? There are police.
Yeah.
We have them. You could go on vacation. She can't help herself.
Yeah, no, she can't
help herself.
That's so funny. My favorite part of the Garage Sale Mysteries is like the family dynamics. I really liked the first one of the Pandora's Box one with the whole side romance of Ava's, the daughter's character. I can't think of her name.
Hannah. Yeah.
Hannah. Her and that romance with the police officer. That was so cute. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I love Steve Bassett in these movies.
Yes.
He's my favorite.
He's delightful. Yeah. And he's delightful. And he's so funny. And such a cut up. Like he's and when he and Kevin get together, very funny, very silly. I hope there's no footage anywhere.
No, we got to get that footage. That'd be awesome. No, because I loved Steve last year in a little movie he did called All for Love. And he's such a big guy that when he's all like sweet and cute, like it's adorable.
Yeah. He's delightful, and you can talk because he talks to his kids all day. Like every time you see him, if he's not acting bananas or actually acting,
Uh-huh.
And then he's on his phone with one of his children.
Yeah.
Because he's just a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah. That's so cool. Well, so do you feel sorry for poor Frank trying to do his job with all of this nonsense?
Well, I mean, I think it's probably more than he signed up for. Like he thought, well, hey, love, let's move to this picturesque little town.
Yeah.
It'll be easy peasy. And whoops, this is really murdery. It's super murdery.
Super murdery. Yeah.
And so I think he's probably secretly begrudgingly grateful for the help.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, and
I mean, if he could figure out how to legitimately get her on the force,
I think so.
He would be laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so hilarious. He's like, oh, why am I not surprised to see you here again?
Yeah. But again, that's what I mean, is that it's kind of, at a certain point, the audience is in on the gag.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Columbo's One More Thing, man. We're waiting for it now. Now we want him to say it, even though he said it in 1,500 movies.
Yeah.
We can't wait for that moment.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of the appeal, too. You were speaking of the family dynamic. Because it's been so many movies, it is familiar. It's almost like a series.
Uh-huh.
So it's friendly, and the loyal fans are in on the joke, as we were saying.
Yeah.
So it feels like family. Yeah.
I kind of wish there could be a crossover movie between where Frank and Peter Benson's character in Aurora Teagarden could like meet up. And
that's a great idea.
That'd be fun.
That would be very funny.
They both have to deal.
Very funny,
right? They both have to deal with all these shenanigans all the time from these women.
That's right. Handling it.
Yeah, it would be really
just handling it elegantly. Yeah.
Well, and
that's hilarious. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and they both have to work with Full House alumni, so they got it down. So it'd be good.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you're listening, Hallmark, make it happen. That would be awesome. So in this last one, the murder mass murder, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you kind of started a little relationship rolling. So that was pretty exciting. With Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
You know, I think it's lovely.
Uh-huh.
You know, as we were saying about the lovely. And I think for Dani's character, it's interesting stuff to do, more stuff to play. And certainly Matthew Harrison, who plays Drew, who is a wonderful guy, a hugely accomplished actor and teacher, and just a great, and I'd never met him before, even though we've lived in the same town and been in the same industry for a century and a half. And we had a great time. It's really, really fun. So I'm delighted. It was really fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it seems like it's going to be really fun. We're excited to see where it goes.
I think it looks good on her.
Yeah.
I think it looks good on her to actually sort of sink into something instead of constantly holding her head up and being hopeful but okay anyway. It's nice to see her drop her shoulder.
Yeah, and it's nice for her to have sort of her own stories, on the side. I like that. So that's really, really cool. All right. Well, we like to end our interviews with some silly questions. We call them.
Okay, great.
We call them the Teen Beat questions. And
okay, great.
I don't know if you've heard of Teen Beat, but it was like an old magazine.
Yep.
Silly magazine.
I remember the Teen Beat.
Oh, good. Okay. So, all right. Well, here we go. So, first question: what is the best ice cream flavor?
Oh, the best ice cream flavor it's just up the street from me. It's malted chocolate honeycomb. It's so good. You have to have some. Come over.
Okay.
We'll get it. We'll go get it right now.
Delicious.
It's like Whoppers and Crunchy bar, like Whoppers and Crunchy bar, and just, goodness.
That's a
good
call there. Okay. Well, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is probably very dark blue, almost black blue. Indigo, you call that.
You could be like in Father of the Bride, Steve Martin's like, it's a Navi suit. I didn't think you'd have a Navi suit.
Navi. Uh-huh.
I love that movie. Okay, next question. What music are you listening to right now?
I've been listening to a lot of Brandi Carlile.
Oh,
recently.
Very cool. I like her. Okay. Next question. What is your go-to date night food?
Oh, date night food, probably pad thai. I don't know why.
That sounds good, because you don't want to have anything that's going to be too garlicky, because then you'll smell.
Nothing too garlicky, but there's something kind of nice about the communal vibe. You got a bit shares, maybe some spring rolls, just because they're delicious.
And it's like a little bit exotic, but not like too much.
But not too,
there.
It's really just ketchup and peanuts.
Yeah, good call. So next one, go to date night activity.
It really, date night activity. Goodness, it's been a long time. What? Probably dinner and a movie.
Yeah. But we have a theory on our podcast. We have a theory that it's best to do movie and dinner, because then you have something to talk about during dinner. You talk about the movie.
True enough.
Right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Unless it's yes. Yeah. For sure. That's a great idea. I've been doing it wrong all of these years.
It's
just reverse the order. It is. Let's start it.
Yeah, we're changing the world. Yes. All right.
We can fix it.
Yeah. So dogs or cats?
Oh, I like them both, but cats.
Wow, a cat fan.
I love my cat.
Nice.
Well, I love dogs too, and I have a dog too, and don't tell her I said cat, but a little bit cat.
Oh, that's really cute.
A little bit.
Beaches or mountains?
Mountains.
Nice. Yeah, good. Okay. Fancy dress or sweats? I think you already answered this earlier.
Sweats. Yeah. I mean, it's in sweats appropriate situations. Now, there's nothing worse than showing up to a gala wearing sweats. In that case, I would be totally uncomfortable in my uncomfortable clothes.
That is very true.
It's got to be. Everything's case specific.
All right. Favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday, New York.
Oh, you mean vacation? But what about when to celebrate?
Oh, my favorite holiday. Those kind of holidays.
Yeah.
Okay, those proper holidays. I'm a big Halloween fan. Oh. I'm a big Halloween fan. I find it really, really fun. But Christmas.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's tough to beat Christmas, especially if you're in the Hallmark family.
Well, yeah. It's true.
It's true,
magical. And they start so early with the Christmas. Like you kind of can't avoid it. You just fall in love with it.
I know. We're just
put Molly on it.
I know. We're like building up our strength to because it is exhausting as podcasters to cover Countdown to Christmas. Yeah. We're excited. But
oh my goodness. Yeah, Hallmark Christmas for you guys.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. That'll keep you running for a while.
Yeah.
I'll send you some lozenges.
Oh, thank you. That'll be really good. That would be helpful. So yeah, but we're excited about it very much. So, all right, last question, and this is hard since you don't have Hallmark Channel in Canada. You can pick one of your own, but what is your favorite Hallmark movie?
My favorite Hallmark movie. Oh, that's hard. It's really hard, and it is really hard because I haven't seen very many Hallmark movies, and I feel kind of like a thinker picking one of mine. You know what I mean? Like that feels kind of a bit cheeky.
No, people do it all the time.
People do it all the time.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
then I would probably. I really liked. I can't remember the name of it, but I really liked the garage sale. It was last year, and it was about a country band. My friend Gabrielle Miller. I can't remember the title. See, that's what happens when you do 15. They all kind of turn into a something murder, and so it was one of those. But my bestie played my sister.
Oh,
That was
cool. Yeah, I love Gabrielle Miller. I didn't know she was your best friend.
Yeah, since we were teenagers. Gabrielle Miller.
Well, you have to tell her to come on the podcast because I would love to have her because she's in my personal favorite Hallmark movie. She's in Trading Christmas, which I love.
Yes.
Okay. So Murder by Text. I think that's the one.
Murder by Text. Very good. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Now, I will say that I enjoyed it so much because I got to see it in a theater with my castmates and some other audience members.
Fun.
And it was really, it was really fun. There's nothing like seeing it. So that may have influenced my answer.
That's really cool. But yeah, she's so cute in Trading Christmas with Tom Cavanaugh and her, and just love it.
Yeah.
It's
She's
so
delightful.
Cool. So that's neat that you guys are friends. Well, you passed the test. You answered all the questions.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you. I'm happy to know I did it.
Yeah.
I didn't even study. I tell you what, I'm really glad.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This was such a delight to get to talk with you. And
it was really nice.
I really enjoyed it. And we'll look forward to the next couple of mysteries. This is going to be very exciting. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I really had a good time.
Sure. No problem. Do you have any social media that you want to share? Anything like that?
Yeah. If you want to find me, I'm at Sarah E.S. Strange on the Instagrams. Great. It's mostly just pictures of my kid and my cat, to be honest.
Okay.
And some of my dog.
Hey, that's enough. That sounds great. So I will we'll put a link to that in the description section. You can check out Sarah's Instagram. And we really appreciate it so much, you coming on and talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a really good night.
Okay, bye.